Allora belli, buongiorno a tutti. Hello darlings. Look where I am. I'm standing directly in front of the iconic, well, I'm standing on a bridge obviously. I'm standing on Ponte alle Grazie and I'm looking directly at the Ponte Vecchio, the iconic bridge of Firenze, and we're taking a lovely walk. Hello everyone, buongiorno. Good morning darlings. How are you doing? Well, good afternoon actually. It's the afternoon here and it's 3 in the afternoon and it's another, thank God it's Friday in Florence, and today we are heading over to San Nicolò. We're going to meet the lovely Rebecca at her store that just opened this week called Formaggioteca Terroir. So we're going to talk about cheese, we're going to talk about wine. Hello darling Carolyn, nice to see you. And for those newbies who haven't met me yet, my name is Linda. I'm originally from Australia and I've been in Florence for 21 years. I'm a local tour operator and I create multi-day vacations all over Italy. Ciao! And the French Riviera and also the Greek islands. And here we are, we're heading over. Let me just show you where I am. There I am in front of the Ponte Vecchio. And hi Annette! And we are, hello darling. Hello darling, good to see you too, Sue. Can you see what's in front of me? Hello sweetheart. This is called The Common Man. It's actually a sculpture that is by Clet, C-L-E-T. He wasn't actually allowed to put this here, but he's added it. He hasn't received a fine. He's very famous in Florence. His art studio is actually over at San Nicolò, where we're walking towards. He adds a little graffiti or a little flavour to our signs around Florence. So that's what he's famous for. And this has been added just in front of the Ponte Vecchio. There you go. There's the view. How is that view? Look at that. So I'm heading over the Oltrarno. I'm going over to one of my favorite areas. Actually, it's the area where I started my venture in Firenze on Via San Nicolò. So we actually have a little apartment on Via San Nicolò that we rent out on Airbnb. And it's one of the most beautiful areas. Why? I'll show you why. Because if you see where I am, I'm on the bridge on the Ponte alle Grazie. Now I'm going to get run over. And if you look up, you can see the gardens. Can you see those beautiful gardens? Hi, Judy. So you can see the gardens behind this palace. So on this side of the palace is actually cascading over the other side towards the Boboli Gardens. This is the Bardini Garden. And this is the entire area of San Nicolò that takes us to the tallest tower in the city. So this was the original site, the original height of the city wall. So this is all the area of San Nicolò, which is a wonderful area. There's fabulous contemporary art studios, great places to have lunch or dinner, beautiful restaurants, beautiful wine bars, and we're very lucky because the lovely owner of Formaggioteca Terroir is going to introduce us to some delicious French and Italian cheeses and wines. She just opened up this week. And Rebecca is fantastic. She's actually a wine scholar and a tour operator. And her husband is actually from France. So, and her husband's family, they have a cheese farm in France. So she's brought over a little bit of those flavors to Firenze. So look at where I am. I was just on that bridge there. You can see a great view. There it is, the Duomo, the highest tower in the city. And back over here is the Ponte Vecchio. So we're very close. There you can see the Biblioteca Nazionale, the National Library, and that little point there is Santa Croce. And we're actually celebrating the anniversary of Dante Alighieri, the father of the Italian language. And in that piazza is where his statue is on display. And typically, non-pandemic, we actually have Roberto Benigni, who recounts the sonnets of Dante's Inferno in that piazza in front of Dante. If you get a chance, if you Google Roberto Benigni, you can actually see some of the... He actually did Paradiso online at the Quirinale, so at our seat of Parliament in Rome. So you can see that actually online. So for those of you newbies who don't know me, my name is Linda. I have been living in Florence for 21 years. I'm originally from Australia. I'm a local tour operator. I'm the owner of Italy Customized. I create multi-day vacations all over Italy, French Riviera and Greek islands. And we're heading over to San Nicolò. Now we're in San Nicolò for this week's, thank God it's Friday in Florence. And we're basically in front of the Formaggioteca Terroir. So here in the piazza, in this beautiful square, we have the Formaggioteca. There's something else I want to show you in this square before we go in to meet Rebecca. I want to show you this sign. For those of you who have ever heard of a very famous in Florence and in Italy in the 60s, a sitcom called Amici Miei. And this is the bar, if you Google that you can see it as well, is where Amici Miei was basically filmed and where they would come to this bar that is now closed. And a lot of the comedy was actually took place in this piazza. They would leave from this square and head up towards the lookout point of Piazzale Michelangelo in their little Cinquecento vintage Fiats. Great stories. And Amici Miei. Here, you can see that sign there. Okay? Okay, darlings, let's get back to cheese and wine. And let's go and meet Rebecca. Okay, so I'm going to keep my mask on so that Rebecca can pull down her mask and talk to you. So let me show you this gorgeous place. She's open every day for those of you who are actually in Florence. I'm just going to go. There she is.
Come on in.
Thank you, darling.
I'll just lock the doors.
Yeah.
So we have some privacy.
Yes, I explained that I will actually keep your mask off
Right.
on and you can keep the mask off. And here she is, Rebecca. So lovely to see you. I was talking all about you on the way, about, being a wine scholar and, this kind of new venture that you have. Totally new. So tell us about the cheese.
All right, so since 4 days, it's been a little up and down because we've tried to get everything in order, but here it is, the masterpiece, the cheese fridge.
Oh, yum. Yes, lovely wine display. Hi, Shelley.
And just to explain what the concept is, my husband is French, so in order for us to compromise on Florence as a place to settle down, we need to have some French things, and they have to be good. And so we thought it would be nice to have a lovely French selection from Mons. They are an affineur, they are, what do you call that? They're cheese ager.
Cheese ager. Oh, a cheese ager. Okay.
So they source cheeses
Affineur.
from small producers all around France. They purchase them, they have these agreements, and then they age the cheeses in their own caves according to their standards.
Wow.
And so the standard is very high because they are considered one of the best of France.
Oh, so good. So, French cheeses, what is the selection? Tell us a little bit about, do you have also different types of, the goat's cheese and what have you got?
So actually at the moment it looks a little bit empty because we've sold most of this week's shipment already.
That's fantastic.
But anyhow, here we have the younger cheeses, so a lot of goat and of course cow, and we'll also have some sheep. So these are crosta lavata in English is...
Crosta levata. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyhow, fresher cheeses down here. Then in the middle we have...
Does that mean it's kind of more fresh inside, so it has kind of like an external dryness? Is that what it is?
No, I mean for the goat cheeses, they're quite firm inside. It really is only for the cow's cheeses that you get those creamy insides.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hi from Scotland. Looks amazing. Can't wait to visit. Yay, Sharon! And what about the Italian cheeses? What do you have?
Yeah, so we have the aged cheeses as well, Comté, Bourbon, all of these like sort of staples of France. And of course also in the middle, some lovely ones, some blue cheeses, some Roquefort.
Oh.
Roquefort is where my husband is from. Basically, he grew up on a farm that has 600 sheep to produce the Roquefort. So we're very picky when it comes to Roquefort.
Wow.
And here we have the Italian part over here. And we've got basically, for representative of all of Italy, we're working with a guy from Arezzo in Tuscany. His name is Andrea De Maggi. And he curates about 540 cheeses.
Wow.
So when I looked through the list, I was like, Andrea, I don't know what to choose. Could you please, send me what you think would be a good startup selection?
Yeah.
So he sent me these caprones, so some aged, goat's cheese, and then you've got antani, which is a lovely
like a
cow's
semi-matured.
cheese. Yeah. And here we've got some pecorini. A funny one is called buhaiolo.
Buhaiolo? Fantastic.
Which you have to explain.
Yeah, I will. I'll write it down for you. It's a little bit rude.
a little. Also consider that it's made with finocchio.
Oh, fantastico, fantastico.
Then we've got a goat's cheese from him, blue, and some really funky cheeses. I'm going to have you taste one of these.
Oh my gosh, how exciting.
La Castana, which is a blue cheese that is aged with rum, cocoa, and chestnuts.
Oh my gosh, how delicious.
Yeah.
Buonissimo.
Yeah.
Buonissimo.
Then more down here of his stuff in the back, and then in the front, very little left of it because it went so fast, but Corzano and Paterno, which is a wonderful cheesemaker that you know, Linda.
Yeah, you've been there, Judy. We went there to Corzano and Paterno's excellent cheese farm.
So yeah, from San Casciano, and we are going to be tasting the Buccioli Rosso.
Buonissimo, buonissimo.
And for the French cheese, I selected for you today to try the Comté Fortino.
Oh, now
because it's a classic.
Even though so we've gone through the formaggio, what kind of a selection did you think about with your wines? Because it's so hard to choose as well.
Yes. Well, the whole idea, I think, to have a little shop like this is to have a little selection.
Yeah.
Because you can't go beyond what it is. So for the French, selection is curated by my husband, Pierre. And in the future, we want to be importing our own so that we can get some real cool bottles.
Wonderful.
At some good prices. So.
Wonderful. No, it's not. Judy thinks it's Podere il Casale. No, it's the one closer to Chianti area, closer to Firenze, Judy. Corzano Paterno.
Yeah. Then for the Italian wines, we've got wines represented basically from every region around Italy. So on this side, we've got all the whites, and on this side, we've got all the reds.
Wonderful.
Of
Smaller
course,
producers.
Quite a lot from Tuscany because the Tuscan reds are, and we're in Tuscany, so.
Yeah. And these are going to pair perfectly with the cheese as well, I imagine.
Yes.
And you've done the same kind of idea with the French as well.
Yeah.
I notice also some champagne in the fridge, which is fabulous. So great to be able to have some selected champagne.
Yeah. So we'll hopefully have more because that's the one thing I think that the Italians won't compromise on. They do want a good bottle of champagne.
Yes.
And,
yes.
But yeah, it's been quite interesting to see what people have been picking up. In
Wonderful. You have also a little beer as well?
Yeah, we have a beer from Prato.
Wonderful.
Artisan beer maker that we're trying out.
We have some fabulous Italian beer. We really have some great Italian beer, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, and now we're going to taste.
Exactly.
We're going to do this for you. We're going to sacrifice our our palates just for you. Look at this beautiful room. Everyone's saying, can't wait to come and visit. Look at this gorgeous space that is just the perfect space for aperitivo. What time will you be opening when you can actually serve Rebecca inside?
We'll be open all day, I think. We're still sort of seeing how things go. But from 10 o'clock in the morning, so you can have brunch, cheese, and then until about 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention? Those beautiful flavors from Dario's Butcher. Now, Rebecca is a wonderful wine connoisseur, a wine scholar. She's also a tour operator. Her and her husband have a company called Grape Tours, and I have to say that it is the only small group wine tours in Tuscany that are unbelievably fantastic, because she visits boutique wineries. All of the people that work with her are scholars. They know about wine. If they're not sommeliers, they're wine experts. And the dedication, the love and the passion that her and her husband have in finding these beautiful boutique wineries, and also famous places. Like, I'm sure you guys know all about Dario. Who's Dario, Rebecca?
Well, Dario is a famous chef. Butcher. Now he's also a chef.
He's also a chef. He's kind of everything.
He's
an actor superstar.
Exactly. So he's in Panzano in Chianti, and Dario Cecchini is a fantastic person who's had a really interesting life story. I'm not going to tell you all about it.
Grape
now.
Tours is the best, said Claire.
But do go on Netflix on Chef's Table to see, I think it's season 6, episode 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's Chef's Table. Then you will see his story. He's amazing. We have his products as well. Which we're very
Sharon said
proud
we
of.
had an amazing early evening tour a few years ago. We visited Dario.
Lovely.
And so not only is he a butcher, but he also...
So these are his sort of historical products. So he's got his, I call it magic salt because it makes everything fantastic. So Profumo del Chianti, and it's like a sea salt mixed with 7 different Mediterranean herbs. And it does make everything much better.
Oh, yum.
Then there's the Mostarda Mediterranea that was developed by Judy Witz Francini, who you should look up for cooking classes.
Yes,
online.
she's fantastic.
And this is a Mostarda that we're going to be tasting with the cheese today. Then, because of the pandemic, we've all changed our things around. You've got Dario a casa. So Dario Cecchini comes to your home. And so these are wonderful. I've been tasting them one by one all week long because I haven't had time to cook.
Fabulous.
So they are fabulous. And we'll also have his whole range there.
Wonderful. Oh, and we see that balsamic vinegar down there.
Balsamic vinegar. This is our label. That would be my husband and I.
Wonderful.
And so this is a 10-year-old balsamic, and then we've got the olive oil here, which again is a collaboration with a fantastic olive oil maker in Terre di Siena, so one of the DOPs of Tuscany.
Wow.
And again, our label is me and my husband.
Love the label. Look at the label. It's gorgeous. Everyone's asking about these plates, Rebecca.
Oh, okay. Right, the plates are made in Lucca. We, a few months ago, started the collaboration because I wanted them to be like this, and I wanted a really good ceramic maker. So they're called Rosso Ramina, and they're fantastic. They had them ready just last week, so I was very pleased.
Love the colours.
Very cool.
They are gorgeous. Ciao Belle, ciao Sara, ciao Sue. Well, shall we taste?
Yeah.
Yes, andiamo.
Linda,
Yes.
I want you to choose the wine.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me what cheeses you've selected for us.
So,
I'm so excited. I'm going to choose the wine. Allora. So what do we have?
here we have the French Comté.
See?
This is a cow's cheese
Yeah.
that is 14 months old, so it's nice and nutty and intense, but without being, let's say, strong in the sense of picante.
See?
Then we've got the Corzano and Paterno Buccia di Rospo, which is a sheep's cheese. And that's also quite intense, but not so funky. And here we have some funky stuff because I told you about it before. That's the one that's blue, aged with cocoa and with the marron glacé. So,
buonissimo, buonissimo. Allora, I was thinking, what about Pinot?
A Pinot?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
One.
Yeah. You know, I actually recall that you were
Let's see.
that you had a Pinot that you were actually from the area. I don't know if you have it.
Rio.
Yes, yes.
There we go.
Favoloso, favoloso.
Let's open it.
Let's open it. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Tell us about this wine.
Right, yeah. So, Il Rio is made by a couple in Mugello, so north of Florence, about an hour's drive. And so you drive into the mountains, and there's not a lot of like historical wineries there because there's no history for making wine there really. It's a new area, and in fact it's been discovered that it's really good for grapes like Chardonnay and Pinot Noir that of course are not from here, but we still love them. So
Yeah.
Il Rio is a tiny little winery run by a couple, and they have something like less than 2 hectares of vineyard, which they sole and exclusively work by themselves. And they're, this is their retirement project.
Oh my gosh, fantastic.
So they are fantastic. They have a little winery space underneath their house. So it's all done by hand, and they're just super passionate and super lovely people. Lovely.
Interesting stories of French varietals in Tuscany, don't we? Some of them are historical because of a lot of the time, great women who actually brought them over. And also, like for example, the area even towards Chianti Rufina that has the little area of a selection of red grapes, the Frescobaldi family, and also white, which that little tiny DOCG that is up there, which is just so interesting. Yeah. And I think that a lot of time we think about Chianti, of course, which is fantastic, and Brunello, but there are so many other great flavors.
Yes.
Allora, salute.
Salute.
Salute, cara.
At a distance.
Oh, I can't move too much. It's better for me to show you what we're tasting.
All right, well.
Where are you, Linz? I came in late. Okay, I am on the Oltrarno, so I'm close to San Nicolò at the Formaggioteca Terroir that belongs to, hello Lorraine, that belongs to Rebecca. And Kimberly just wrote, ciao Rebecca, we can't wait to visit the shop. Kimberly. And yeah, we're here because Rebecca just opened the store this week, and it includes a selection of French and Italian wine and also French and Italian cheeses. So, salute, darlings. Oh my gosh, it smells fabulous.
That's a 16.
This is going to taste fabulous with the cheeses. We wish you were here.
We do.
We wish you were with us. Okay.
So we are actually the first two to open a bottle of wine in our shop.
Oh my
and
gosh.
to taste the cheese, because obviously we can't do that for customers yet.
I am so honoured, Rebecca. Thank you so much. It is a real honour for me because, this is a ritual that we typically do on a daily basis, and now it's something that we're not able to do any longer. It's like even more special. Salute to everyone, and thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see you all in Firenze. One of the things that I forgot to ask Rebecca was about shipping. Can you ship any of the wines or cheese?
So we ship wine for the moment and have been doing so for a while, so we're good at that, but we don't know how to do it with the cheese yet, but we're working on it, so that's work in progress.
Okay, so the wine, cheese, olive oil and balsamic vinegar, do you already ship that?
Yes, we do.
And how can people find out about that?
So if they go on TuscanyInABottle.com, then they can see a good part of the wines that we have. I still have to update a little bit because we're getting a lot of new wines in, but already just to have an idea. Also with the olive oil, we ship it out when it's just freshly pressed in November.
Beautiful.
So one could sign up for that.
Can you ship to Australia?
We can. The problem with Australia is, well, no problem with Australia. The problem with shipping is that it's quite pricey, and I believe there might be taxes to pay on your side.
Yes,
so
okay.
For wine, it's probably not convenient, whereas with olive oil, I think we can work something out. But do send a message and I'll find out. That
is so fantastic. This is so wonderful. Thank you, Sara. Sara said she's got to buy some to support Rebecca. So I'm going to write you anyway and let you know underneath, and even in the next newsletter. You can also subscribe to Rebecca's newsletter. She'll send you more information about what's going on at Formaggioteca Terroir. I'll also send you her Insta and Facebook so you can follow her. Thank you all for joining us. It was such a pleasure. Now we're going to have to taste and drink, but we can't wait to be doing that with you, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you for joining me for another Thank God. It's Friday in Florence, and I hope to see you again next week. Ciao belli, ciao tutti.